Indeed, as we are going to see them, spread out for the most part. A couple towards ladder, a couple towards T-Cons. It seems like they want to do some type of outer split with Maluk setting up some utility to help them get in. Boomich tries to get up close and gets caught.
Caught straight away, and PRT will punish him. So a great start for Team 1. As another bullet has been put in. This time it's simple. Flamey also exploding out of connector. Takes off the head of Mobs and goes in for seconds. He's also got a point to prove. There's been a lot of debate, a lot of criticism coming his way. Maluk with the Glock puts down one, but now Perfecto is there to stand his ground, and NaVi claim first blood.
Seems like they're still not quite set yet, and clock is starting to tick a bit, but it seems like they are starting to make that gather over towards box halls. Valves and Skulls have had control of that area for quite some time, and now the rest of Team 1 seems to be getting in position, but we see some aggression coming perhaps from Electronic.
Yeah, Electronic gets up ramp, gets one, but that's probably not going to be good enough. As the team look to spill out, the bomb's actually been dropped down. Someone has to go and get that. And this is where the time could very well start to play a piece in the round, but they have shut down.
Team 1 are just kind of being held off from really kind of instilling their game plan for now, but they will have to make a decision here soon, and it seems like outer is going to be their target.
Flash through, boom, it's fully flash, can't see anything, and finally it's finished off by Mobs. 22 seconds to play with. Only the first piece has been removed, and there's still Perfecto and Flamey on the A side. Actually, all four now of the CTs are moving into position, and it seems that Team 1 are just way too slow. Finally getting some head of steam with a couple of frags by their side. Electronic is burning alive, but the bomb will get denied. And with the bomb denial in effect, the round will slip away. Skulls maybe can get a kill after time.
Gather up some utility and make a bit of a push here towards inner. They're blocking off Cloud, so Simple can't get the free op shot, and they're going to try to get in here.
Electronic and Simple, though, the tag team duo, once again reigning supreme. Open M4 in hand. Simple has the cross covered, actually misses his shot uncharacteristically. It may give them a chance at a post plant, but considering they have no flashes or smokes to burst out of there with, there's already incendiaries been put down to deny the fast plant. It's not looking good for the Brazilians again. Maluk, though, threads the headshot onto Electronic. Does alleviate a little bit of the pressure, but there's also a flank element coming in. Boomich is wrapping around the back. If they push out, Simple has them. If they stay in position, Boom should be able to devour them whole with the AK. And indeed he shall. It's had another couple of casualties, but NaVi will not care.
And reposition to fight another day here, but they have so many advantages now on Team 1 when it comes to map control. They're exposing back halls. They have players positioned towards inner. The bombings and ladder not committed.
They're making so much noise. Boomich could hear them both from a mile away. Plus, when he peeked up Pop Dog, he saw the bomb was there. So even though he didn't get the frag and wasn't picked off himself, it was information. Now, I think NaVi may be overthinking this one as they're rotating both players onto A site. Or are they? Because Team 1 are now starting to come out onto A as well. And Simple, Perfecto is still alive. Simple flicks across to take down Pesadello, and they've just nullified Maluk. That's the bomb that drops with him. They don't even have to go for frags anymore. There's not enough time. Team 1 have utterly blown their own kneecaps off. I think what Dust was going to say is that we've seen these situations play out multiple times where Team 1 have had much better advantages than this current round, and they have been unable to grasp at any of them. Just one smoke remains, a molly, a flash, and a HE as they look to push their way in. Excellent entry from Mobs. That's more like it, but they get shut down on Boots and Simple as well. Boots now sprays in for two more. He's burning alive, but it's completely worthwhile. And although Pesadello's picked up the bomb and he's trying to traverse across to the site, even if he does get a post plant coming up, I don't fancy his chances against Simple and Flamey on Ops. Now, if the 1v1 goes his way, maybe there was a chance, but Flamey has taken that away with authority, and 13-1 falls in. PRT picked up the first frag in the pistol. Will it come full circle? Will he get the first in the final round and a half? Nope. Electronic just straight through on B site and destroys Pesadello. Skulls goes not long afterwards. And although PRT has chipped in with a frag, it's too little too late. Although he has got two now. So maybe they can end the half in winning ways. Electronic is waiting and biding his time in Pop Dog, but a secondary smoke is there to deal with him, and Mobs goes in for another one. Simple has been put down.
There's a chance here for the remaining members, perhaps, of T1. All on Flamey now, 1 versus 2. Low health, though, on both these players does give Flamey a chance, especially if he can land this HE grenade. Now, the bomb has been evacuated through Z. Yeah, and they've done some heavy damage to a couple of Team One's players, and even Maluk has been chipped away at a bit to where he's going to even be more vulnerable to a headshot ending his life. So it's one of those things where Team One definitely have some good things going for them. They're kind of playing more of a retake inner strategy, and they're kind of just gathering up at outer, which is a solid call. But there are some ways back into the round here for Navi based on that health discrepancy on a couple of the players.
Maluk, though, puts the headshot in perfectly and a second to follow up. Electronic has to clutch a 1-on-5 with 20 seconds and no control of the bomb. It was never looking good. He's looking for a potential player up there in PopDog, but nothing's going to be forthcoming. Elsewhere on A site, 33 seconds left. NaVi have to start pressing forward. Push the accelerator down to the ground, but PRT with the spray onto Boomich has 2 kills, make it 3 in quick succession. Come down and put NaVi into a 1-on-4. It is simple, but really not looking too great for him. Maluk just instantly wide swings the angle, takes him down.
Really starts setting up that outer execute without taking damage or taking an unfavorable angle. So they have been stalled out. Electronic, though, with the late lurk through Ivy, those 2 kills change everything.
Oh, and now Simple can just get them as the chaos descends onto the site. They try and turn their tail around towards Ivy, and Simple pounces from PopDog. But that's all Electronic. That double spray is the key to unlock the round.
It's going to be very tough for Team One to try to claw their way back into this, but the barrel has been spotted. Malb's able to catch Simple completely off guard and drop the incendiary to stop forward progress. It's going to force Navi to kind of reroute over towards outer side. Now both CTs are playing together. Again, with Malbs on low HP, they want to buddy up and not get isolated. Malbs, though, decides to get aggressive in bot calls, clears that, knows they must be going outer now, so Maluk can swing that op over and put that focus on that outer yard. He does have an angle, just waiting to see something close. He spots a couple, lands the shot as well. This puts Boomich in a tough 1v2 now all of a sudden.
Feels like he's about to get swept in from PopDog from Mobs, but Mobs doesn't peek in. Again, because of his low HP, and maybe very cognizant of that. And there's the wide swing from Maluk. They have Pacedello's watching. PRT's also keeping his eye over on the main side as Perfecto comes out. But the picks go the way of Navi. The 2 entries go the way of the T's. And suddenly Team One on the back foot again. There's 40 seconds to try and hold on, but that flashbang is on point. Maluk has to slightly turn his attention elsewhere. That allows the T's to now spill out into the open. But Mobs may have the nuts position, hiding in the smoke, waiting for some more bullets to be barraged out towards the side. But Maluk is going to try and take this one away. And although Perfecto's got 1, he has to try and connect the dots a little bit further. Mobs down to 16 HP, there's only 18 seconds, and Perfecto walks straight out into his crosshair.
The early pick that they suffered in inner, like you said, they were kind of one-way focused through Ivy. They were able to make it work, though, get some good picks, at least get themselves a fighting chance, and then Perfecto just gives his life away for free there. Luckily, there's still economy left for Navi. Simple's already got an opening pick as well over towards the aggression at inner, and they might find another. Indeed, they do. Mouths gets caught this time around. He's been testing that position a few times. He's been successful. At that time, he's been caught, and now inner is wide open for Navi.
And they still have Electronic on the lure. Pacedello needs kills, gets 1, but at great cost to his life, and Simple, with the peak, has shut him down. Now Electronic can start to make a move around the back of them. And this is no longer to win the round. This is more just to cut away as much finances as possible. Team One are trying to save. And PRT more than likely will walk into the arms of Electronic. Could come down to timing. Does come down to timing right now for the CTs. But maybe they can mount a comeback. Perfecto says no. Resoundingly puts the bullet in the head of Pacedello, but then overstays his welcome, pushes out, and is punished by Skulls. Now, they may be able to get their hands on that rifle as well, and they're going to try and deny this form of Boomich, who comes out with the Galil. Double spray in from PopDog, and PRT and Mobs can do little but try and hold on with their Deagle and M4. Only 2 flashes to accompany them, and our mollies, smokes, and more importantly, AK rounds are being dispersed. It's 16-8. We'll be heading into a quick break to let all of you guys calm down after that battering.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has been wiped down, reset. They can shake away the cobwebs, but NaVi starting on the T side of the map that we know they're one of the world elite on. And they're already nading away the door. Flashes and smokes put behind it. Maluk is going to be tested as he gets smoked out. Anticipating that second flashbang. Turns his back, but nothing's forthcoming. They actually dart straight past him to vent dive, and I'm not sure he necessarily heard that. Boomich is already down on B, and Perfecto's making moves around ramp.
Yeah, that's a really odd passage of play there. Electronic, though, seems to be keeping his eye out for pushes in the lobby and outside. Boomich, in the meantime, does get his opening pick. Pesadillo does get caught out here behind the double stack. He's good for one, but immediately traded, which is great news for NaVi, who now have control of lower site. They have the 4-on-3. They have PRT low on HP, and now the bomb is down.
Bomb is down. 3 players remain, but PRT is a bullet away from death. Skulls and Maluk, try as they may, have got to try and rummage a path outside of these close-knit claustrophobic angles, and they're already watching at the top side as well. Skull spots Simple, takes him down, pivots back in. Player in decon is low and has now been fragged out. Smoking off the double doors. They've got a smoke that they can put down and potentially get that defuse kit in amongst all the action, though. Electronic with his double. Tons of utility, taking no prisoners on this A hit, but the flashbang does yield the first frag. PRT actually spins around, pivots in for a second one, and Skull's posted up in heaven. Rains down some righteous fury with his deagle. Suddenly, Electronic and Simple, last 2 of NaVi standing, they do have control over the bomb, but they're isolated. Simple's already vent dove down, leaving Electronic to try and make some chaos and mayhem occur up in lobby. But he gets sideswiped from Mobs. That's another rifle at Trade's hands. And this rifle is completely and utterly gone smashed across the rocks dust. Like, unless Simple can somehow clutch this, which he can't.
Mostly from Flamey's end. The rest of NaVi still gathered up inside lobby position. Flamey trying to sneak through towards Mini. He's been caught, however, so now they're limited on the angles they can take as they do come into upper. Simple gets a great headshot there. And now, all of a sudden, NaVi actually have a little bit of hope, Vince.
Yeah, most of the CTs have funneled their way off A site, so 2 players coming up lobby and 1 in heaven. 20 seconds could prove to be the final nail in the coffin, though, because one area will go unchecked. Simple, 1-on-3, 12 seconds to his name. And there is Maluk.
As I say that, Simple seems to have vision on this angle, and so Skull's chances at clutching are pretty slim at this point. Even with the kit, just doesn't seem like he's going to have a chance here unless he can catch Simple and get in. Maybe then he does spot Simple, great dink onto him, but still so much he has to cover.
Does have a bit of utility and a little bit of time, but he has to get onto the site right now, and he realizes it.
Obviously, the 4-on-4 somewhat favors NaVi as the defense might get spread a bit thin, but Mouse is a great position here. It's going to come down to timing. He does get caught, but he's not finished off, and indeed, he will return fire for the frag, but Flamey did find Maluk in the process, and so NaVi's still very much in this hunt.
Yeah, 3-on-3, but the B site once again is open and available for NaVi to plant on. And they're doing their due diligence, just locking down these angles, Molotoving off the double doors. Mobs get spotted by Flamey, who was already low, so finished off with only a bullet. And in doing so, Team 1, they have to say,
taking these early round situations by storm. They keep getting these advantages. Now they have the 4-on-3. PRT does get aggressive in lobby, does get 1, but not going to get out of there. Great response from NaVi to understand the situation and get that one back. Well, they expect another defense.
They do. Simple's watching it. He's seen the script. He's been there so many times. Mobs does get the death from above. 28 seconds to play with and instantly dips down into ramp. He's got a perfect read of the situation. This is a clutchable round now for Mobs, but he may have missed his chance. Still somehow alive, but Flamey, who is really playing very well. Even with that last round going away of Team 1, though, the bulk of these last 4 or 5 have certainly been NaVi's. But Maluk up close gets 1 nearly seconds. Unfortunate not to land the shot onto Perfecto, but Skulls comes in and Mobs with the fast flank. Puts down Simple in the back of the head. The timing going against NaVi this occasion, and now Electronic alongside Flamey trying to make something happen outside of Squeaky. Flamey comes back in, big headshot delivered on. Pesadillo has the angle covered though, and Flamey never really had a chance. Electronic's had a bit of a quiet game so far, down on 5 frags and 49 ADR. Electronic and Boomich up against Skulls and Maluk. The HP does favor them. The firepower also favors NaVi in these positions. Maluk has the AWP, but no reason to peek him at this point. The bomb is planted out in the open, and there's a flash and a smoke, but not much else on the collective belt of Team 1. Boomich goes down first. Electronic gets perforated straight afterwards from the M4. Team 1 successfully get the retake. as they trail, but they can easily bounce back if this second pistol goes in their way. Flashes and mollies, but they're going to line up for Electronic. Only gets one in the meanwhile, though, on PRT, puts him down pretty quickly afterwards. Simple gets aggressive with the CZ, straight through on Squeaky, takes down his adversary, and then pulls the plug afterwards. Pesadel around the back, though, takes them both down with ease. In a 1-on-4, he's half the odds, but still needs to get onto the site where the bomb is currently there, waiting for him, and the timing nearly works against him. He could be getting flanked in as well from Vents. He realizes this, but he's been tagged down to 31 HP. There's still a minute to play with, but Flamey, you normally call this like a bonus round, but when you look at their funds, I don't even think we could call it that, to be fair, Dust. Like, this is pretty much just a full-on purchase at this stage. They don't have really much in surplus. They're going to be trying to get out aggressively. Morbs, so aggressive, but all the kills after him go the way firmly of NaVi. And Pesadelo's already down to 36. He gets torn down a peg. Looking to try and get some more aggression, but walks out into the double stack. And it's Simple's Org that will have the final word. Maluk may very well put down Flamey, but it has no idea as to how much trouble he's currently in, because the bomb is dropped on the A site, and NaVi is circling it like vultures.
Yeah, it's one of those rounds that's like a bottle rocket that's a dud. You light it on fire, you see the initial sparks, and you start to get excited, and then it just doesn't go anywhere.
Team 1 slowing it down somewhat, but there's now going to be a flurry of grenades firing their way on towards the hut. Molotovs, flashes, smokes, everything tossed in. But NaVi have got that blockade set up. The impenetrable defense, the fortress, has been put into place again. And considering that they tossed nearly everything they had onto the site and they've only lost casualties, they've only taken pain. Now they've got a smoke and flash left. They're going to try and do what they can to limp their way towards the site, but they're being culled where they stand. Yes, PRT gets a frag, and maybe even a second one to Electronic if he's not careful. There's not really much he can do about this, to be fair. He needs someone to come and help him out. Now Flamey is the man to do the job.
He's just jumping over bullets.
He's literally dodging bullets left and right while Flamey comes in to clean up the rest. And although he'll go down... Oh yeah, they're on the fast track to securing map 2, and they nearly lined up for a collateral. Simple probably couldn't believe his eyes for a second as he pulled the trigger. He gets one, does get countered instantly by Molbs. And they've already quickly maneuvered their way into Garage, but Electronic is here. Molbs picks up a second. Do they expect Electronic to be behind Blue? And this could be the ace up the sleeve for NaVi. But he's still pretty sure that Garage is going to be aggressed on. They have two players watching the same position, so now Electronic can turn his attention elsewhere. He's given his position away. PRT! That Ferrari peak headshot is sublime. And potentially even in the driver's seat of the map. Yes, behind this could be a flurry of extra rounds as well. Boomich had the right idea, just slightly off on the timing. Incendiary behind it into Squeaky, which has been extinguished instantly. HE up and over, but they don't check HUD, doesn't matter. Boomich misses his opportunity. These last two rounds are going to be one that he wants to forget real quick. And NaVi will be paying the price in full as a result. It's hard to see how they can get back onto the site with a 3v5 deficit.
That is very, very true. It does seem like saving this AK and utility would be probably the choice at this point that they have to make.
And that puts them on the back foot. Red light shone in their eyes. The hand placed firmly in the face of Team 1. And they've now got to try and outmaneuver with 30 seconds. It was looking so good for Team 1. And now it's looking pretty bleak as they come up heaven slowly. Electronic will show no chill. No prisoners taken. Only bullets barrage down onto the oncoming teams. They'll try and wrap around lobby at the meanwhile. There's flashes coming in. It's a good flash at that. And does afford them a bit of safe passage, but Perfecto is already in prime position to strike this one down. Last man standing is Mold, but not for much longer.
Yeah, they're kind of taking their time here. They're once again trying to make that play for ramp control. Again, they've pushed Flamey off position and towards lower site. This is very much a replay of what we saw in the previous round, but it's starting to unravel the same way. The defense from NaVi, while they're conceding that ramp room, it's calculated. and they're able to cover elsewhere just fine. They're able to get that early man advantage thanks to Electronic sniffing out PRT, probably towards outside if I had to guess based on the patterns we've seen in previous rounds. Pesadillo, though, big catch onto Boomich. Unlocking this upper sight. Skulls on the Perfecto. That's going to reinforce it, and all of a sudden, Team 1, they have a way to plant, and they've put NaVi in a spot where they do not feel comfortable probably trying to go for the retake here. They will have to concede this round, save these M4s, but now they're not even carrying that over. Electronic's been caught by Malbs, and this is getting quite grim for NaVi. Team 1 doing such a great job. Yeah, that's a big opening pick. Now, they had this last time. They still wound up succumbing to an upper take from T1 due to a great entry through Squeaky Hall from Pesadillo. And again, Team 1 looking to test the waters at upper, but Boomich was there early this time inside the hut. But again, they're getting the favorable trades. Luckily, Electronic gets that kill on Mini, and that gives NaVi some hope thanks to Flamey's efforts as well.
Pesadillo 1-on-3 to try and touch this one down and really hurt NaVi. Put the beating onto them. Won't be happening. Simple holds his line. As do NaVi. A mixed purchase somehow sticks the landing. And although T1 have enough economy to bounce right back in themselves, we are looking to go the distance.
Yes. I feel like it wouldn't be us doing a Gig Together events without the potential for overtime being there. Does seem to be kind of our forte, if we're honest. The people out there have followed our careers. We've done quite a bit of extra rounds. And I guess, you know, it kind of makes up the average, Vince, with the first map having gone by so fast. We are going to see NaVi trying to slow down any type of fast pushes, and Electronic like up close. Outer finds his man and more. 2 big kills from Electronic.
It's looking like Team 1 may have run out of a bit of steam. Finally, NaVi's superior firepower.
The site itself, they have all the kits they need, as well as, you know, nades for nade stacking, all that good stuff. Flamey, though, takes out PRT, so it may not even come to that.
Spot the shoulder around the corner, but Flamey will not miss the mark.
There's still a lot of time left here, maybe even a way to vent up, but no, they will plant lower. Now it's going to come down to the NaVi retake with man advantage.
Luke in a good position. I think that scope in gave his spot away. Allowed Boomich to stay alive a little bit longer. Electronic making sure Shadow is clear. Molotov does just that. Player down to the right-hand side. There's only a certain amount of spots at this point that players could be residing in. NaVi should be checking their ankles, but Skull spins around for 2 out of nowhere, and now it comes down to Perfecto, who connects the headshot downtown onto Maluk and saves the round.
Hollywood person.